This is a 2002 Toyota Camry. I'm going to be changing the windshield washer motor pump for the windshield squirters. This is the actual service manual for the 2002 Avalon. Unfortunately, Toyota does not give any replacement instructions on how to get to the windshield washer motor. You can see the windshield washer motor is mounted on the tank like most of the Toyotas and held in place by a grommet. What the picture fails to show is that the motor is on the back side of the washer pump. The washer pump motor is located just inside the front cowling in front of the wheel. I pulled back and is barely accessible. Where the tape is located is about the position of the pump. I'm removing the inner wheel well instead of having to try to take the whole front core support off. I removed all the screws around the wheel. Since it's 11 degrees outside, I've got a heater next to this trying to warm the plastic up. Interesting, the front fender right here, the whole front fender assembly goes around the front of the car, is actually held on by a good portion of this inside wheel well. Give you a shot underneath. This is the rest of the inside wheel well. It starts just underneath the headlight, underneath the marker light, goes back around and then up into the wheel well. This is soft enough I can hopefully pull this out and get to the pump. Well, you notice that as soon as I removed the bolts and pulled it loose, that became a pleasant surprise. And there's the washer tank. Let's go back inside the wheel well. And fortunately, did not have to take off all the bolts holding in the inner wheel well. Now that the plastic is soft, only half of them really need to be replaced. And as we pull aside, we can see the back side. We now see the back side of the washer pump. I have to take that core support off. And there's the sensor and the pump. Remove the pump. So keep the light on. There's a button right there you need to push. And seriously, it takes about 2 hands to push it, which I can't do because the line was blocked. So you push this button here, and then you can remove the power cable to the pump. The pump itself snaps in. Ooh, I better go get a bucket. Bucket's in place. Get an eyeball on that. Pump's held in place by a grommet. And as soon as I finish the draining, I will show you what the grommet looks like. There's the grommet. That's right there. And I'm going to open up the new pump and see if a new grommet came in there as soon as I finish the draining. Okay, this is what they said is generic. I got it online, Rock Auto. It was like $6 or something, wasn't that expensive. Anco brand, they had like a choice of 4 different products. And it does have a new pump came with it. And does have a new grommet. Put that against there so you can see it. It does have a new grommet for the washer tank. So at this point, it's just a matter of snapping everything in and testing the pump. Alright, the new grommet literally just snapped right in, and the old one pulled out. I used the windshield washer lubricant as a lubricant to get the thing in and out, so you didn't need to grease anything. So the new pump, this goes into the grommet, and this is the discharge for the pump. Now what I prefer to do when I pull the discharge off the old pump, I'm going to go ahead and just nip a little bit of this off, so we know it's going to stay under nice and tight. You don't have to go back into this thing again. Nice and snug. And best I can do so you can see here, here's the pump itself. Now, tell you what, let's lube that up a little bit. It's a windshield washer lubricant, and it should just snap right back into place, like that. And the electrical assembly snaps back on like that. And let me go give it a shot and see how she works. Alright, what I failed to show you before I test it is the electrical wires were not snapping back on. They were going on, but they weren't snapping on tight. There's a rubber gasket that fits inside the new pump, inside the connector, and it won't slide down. So what I'm doing is I took a little silicone grease on a Q-tip, and I'm wiping a light coat around the inside so that gasket will slide down. And then we can get our connection, and then I'll just snap it back in the pump. Okay, I had to prime it quite a bit before it was off. There's a lot of air in the system, but air's squirting rather well now. The bride will be happy. I'm going to show you a couple connectors which really weren't explained in the manual. How to take those off as I put the wheel well back in. Okay, a quick wrap-up note on pulling the inner wheel well. Underneath the front there's some 10mm bolts as normal for a Toyota. Inside the wheel well, I took all the bolts out all the way around because I did not know how much was actually going to have to be removed. Really from the shock tower forward is the only thing you have to remove, and everything underneath the front core support. And then the inner fender will drop down as I showed. There are 2 of these plastic clips that fit right up underneath here. And the way that they're presented to you, all you'll see is just that little slot. That little slot right there. Just take a screwdriver or use a body tool or pop that loose, and then it will pull right out. There's one located here, and then there's one located here. The only other goofy fastener I did not understand were these. And you see it's just a Phillips screwdriver, and there's a metal Phillips body screw, like this, where there it is, body screw, fits in through this plastic, and that's all there is to it. But you can't pull it off. You just can't pull it off. And I'm not sure exactly how that was holding on there, and I didn't want to scratch the paint and take it off. We didn't really need to, but they were just kind of goofy. It was something I haven't run into before. But as long as you remove everything underneath the front, be careful pulling that off because that will loosen up this whole fender assembly. And then pull all the fasteners out up to the shock tower and probably one past it with that goofy new fastener I just showed you. It'll drop out of the way. Like I said, it's like 10 degrees outside here. My wife was kind enough to wash the car before she had me fix it, so it was nice and clean. I'd have salt dripping in my eyes. And then I put an extra heater over here to warm the plastic to make it more pliable. If you're doing this in the summertime, it's not an issue. That's it. Good luck underneath the front. Hope you don't break too many bolts off. Usually one is expected. That's it. Anything after this, I'll just bench test the other pump for grins and giggles. Good luck.